We are back here in Miami Beach at this incredible condo renovation. I'm here with Derek from the Ross Brothers team, and I can't wait to dive into this because last time they were gutting, pulling wires, doing all of really the demo and all the hard work, but we're back here. What are we gonna see today?
This is the hardest part of the job. This is what nobody gets to see, and this is the most expensive part. You know, like when people price jobs, they normally price what they can see, the tile, you know, the countertops, the cabinetry, the paint, the Venetian plaster, the finishes, but they forget about the real expensive part, which is running all the electrical, the plumbing, the air conditioning, as well as all of the low voltage lines. So basically for the last couple of months, what we've been doing is running all that stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, this condo is going to be absolutely brand new, from floors to ceilings to wires to plumbing to every single aspect. But let's start talking about that. Let's go inside. Let's check it out.
All right, let's do that.
Awesome. Derek, so we're standing here in the kitchen. Last time we were talking about how you guys are running all the new HVAC vents, running all the new wires, pendants, but somebody looking at this, they might be saying, well, you know, what changed? So let's talk about that because it's really incredible, all of the detail that you guys have put into this.
Well, sure. You know, like if you didn't know any better, you would just think this was here all the time, but this was a complete remodel. If you remember, for the first time, we had a whole different soffit, a whole different shape. We removed a lot of walls here. None of these soffits around the outside were here. And most of the work that we've done is the electrical, is the plumbing, is the HVAC, is the new sprinkler heads throughout. If you look throughout, there's sprinkler heads everywhere. You know, typically we might move one head or two head, but in this case, when we had the sprinkler company come out, they pointed out that these were polybutylene sprinkler pipes. So since we were moving so many of the heads anyway, they suggested that we would change it. And I said, you know, I called the client up and I said, you know, listen, we're gonna be doing $1 million remodel here and you're gonna have old pipes with new pipes. My suggestion is that for the extra money, that we do change out the sprinkler heads.
Right.
So everything in here is brand new. By the way, not just the sprinkler heads, all the electrical brand new runs, all the piping for the plumbing is all brand new. And basically everything in HVAC, all the ductwork is brand new because we, as you remember, we changed the heights.
But specifically talking about the soffits again, and I know people are listening like, why do you keep talking about the soffits? But this knife edge application that you guys are adding to this is really something like working with a professional that knows the solutions to be able to add these different elements. So that way they're making the job not only that much better as far as once it's all complete, but also, you know, having solutions to be able to avoid, you know, other challenges that they could have to have the proper lighting.
Well, in this case, here's the knife edge, just so you can have it see. It's a beautiful look, and as you can see, it really has a knife-looking edge. As opposed to traditionally the L-shaped soffits that we'd have to build, you know, this is a whole different product. And this is very good for homes that have traditional square soffits like this already. Because what used to happen, you have to rip everything apart and rebuild it. Now you just apply this to the back of the bottom of the soffit, and you get an extension of about 5 inches. So it's a very, very cool product. I'm really happy we're using it here. It's high-tech, and it's gonna look amazing.
Now we're here in the master bedroom, and last time, you know, you guys are starting to do all of the detail work. But let's walk through this because we see these little coves. I assume bed's going here, TV's going here, but you know, now that we're seeing everything closed up, let's talk about this.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. This is gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be an inset area for the bed to go into. We have 2 pendant lights that are coming down the sides, soffit lights throughout, and of course we have a lot of cove lighting in here as well. I mean, from here, you know, that's when the
Exciting things start coming together, right?
This is actually the easiest part.
Yeah.
Like some people say, well, the finishes, the details, and finishes. The details are in all these measurements.
Right,
Getting
exactly.
all these measurements right to make sure that this bed is centered on this TV stand, and this light is here, and the cove, and this, you know.
With the pendants and everything, yeah.
You know, because if they're not dead right, and you put a bed in and the pendant is off by 3 inches on one nightstand and another, you got a problem.
Right.
And not even just that, like little things, like if you notice here, like even the outlets are gonna be hidden behind the nightstands. So everything that you see here, you may not know why it was done, but believe me, it was well thought out. This is so they can reach out in their bed at a certain height and be able to change the lights.
Right.
So everything in here has a reason for why we did it. And it's gonna be spectacular. Once we put in all the lights in here, it's just gonna be beautiful.
It's gonna be amazing.
They have 9 different light sources in here.
Wow.
So they have 9 different concepts of things they can have on and off.
Right.
So we're not gonna have obviously 9 switches, which is
Right.
what we traditionally would have, is 9 Lutron switches next to one bed and another. We basically did, as you know, the Radio Ross system throughout.
Right.
So they'll be able to have a 6 switch, they'll have some on their phone, whatever it is they wanna control, they'll be able to control it, and it's all done through RF, which is pretty cool.
So we keep going back into all the details that go into this, but there has to be a control center, and walking through, we were going to the other suite, the other guest room, but stopping here and taking a look at what this is, I mean, this could be confusing to somebody, but really this is the control center.
This is where all your light switches are in your house. Not only that, you'll see the speaker wire, low voltage, everything is gonna be here.
Right.
And what's gonna be really cool about it is because the client wanted this to be a functioning closet.
Yeah.
So after all of this is done, we're actually gonna put a closet system in with a faux back that you've seen on many of our other projects, so you'll be able to take the back off to be able to access this stuff. Typically, you'll never need to access
Right.
it, but let's say there's a power outage or one of the switches goes bad and you have to be able to get to it. We're actually gonna have the back that's gonna be able to come off the handles, you're gonna be able to function it, put it back, and you won't even know that any of this is sitting behind this closet, which will be pretty cool.
No, that's amazing. And that, I keep saying it, but details, because that's the thing. I mean, this is gonna be a functional closet. They're gonna be able to use it. The fact that everything in this home, as far as electrical, all the switches, it's all gonna be right here, centralized right at the beginning of the home.
Absolutely, and that system is amazing. The technology is great. Being able to do that, wiring up all the sound system. The sound system in this house is going to be absolutely amazing. We're doing a sound bar pretty much in every single room.
Okay.
2 speakers pretty much in the living room, the kitchen, and the dining room. You'll be able to go anywhere in this house and be able to listen to beautiful music at a nice level, and it's going to be awesome.
So walking into this suite, what's it gonna look like?
All right, so first things first.
Standing in the doorway.
We're going to have a barn door.
Okay.
So the barn door will ultimately mostly be open because this will function as the powder room.
Right.
But when the barn door closes, it will give the people total privacy. And I think it's really nice. So when this door is open, this turns into an ensuite.
Right.
They've got the bathroom here, which is going to be really cool.
Very cool.
This is where we put in the tub. This is where one of the specialty things that we do that is really difficult to do. And so what we had to do is here we built up the floor. You can see approximately about 6 or 7 inches. And the reason why we did that is because we needed the area to be able to get the flex tube to be able to connect. One of the nice things is we built this out as well. She wanted that feel. We have these 4 niches up here, which are really cool. In the ceiling, we're gonna have an LED light. And then also here, where you see that cove is a lighting cove, we'll have an LED light washing the tile. It's gonna be really, really nice. And again, everything in here, the tile selections, the colors that they choose, really nice stuff, fantastic finishes. I think you'll be blown away with the finished product.
And talking about finishes, I mean, we were looking at some of these tiles that are gonna be going into this unit. I mean, let's walk over here, because as we're walking into, where the bedroom part's gonna be, there's some different details and
So you
things
have
like that.
a nice pocket door here.
So there's gonna be a pocket door here, it'll be a nice hideaway, it will tuck in.
And then in here, basically you're gonna have a TV unit, and this is going to be a
Murphy bed.
Murphy bed unit. So now we're gonna open it up and actually put cabinetry up there as well, so she has some more storage.
And looking at these piles, these aren't just piles of boxes. Underneath here, we were just looking at the detail of the flooring, what you guys are gonna be installing, but these are large format slabs of porcelain.
These are amazing. This is a 5-foot tile by 2.5-foot tile. There's 8 different faces on them, and if you look at these little cutouts here, you can see them. But we basically have spent over a month on the computer taking the 8 faces and then reversing the 8 faces. So we have 16 faces.
Right.
And laying them out so that none of them touch each other.
Right.
So we've been rendering this and working on this floor plan for months now. And what's really cool about it is we basically have labeled where every single tile is. Normally when you come into a house, you don't do that. The marble guy will start marbling, he'll start laying it in, and he'll look at it, he'll do it. We know where every single tile in this house is going to go. The bad tiles are in the corners, where you're not going to see them, or in the closets. The good ones are out here, but it's amazing. We really spent a lot of time, and I'd love to show you when we go back to the office later what that looks like and how we did that schematic, because it's pretty amazing. If you look at the tile, it's like the blue ocean.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
that's risky.
Right.
All right. You know, most people go with white or gray or tan.
Yeah.
You know, a blue ocean tile, that's a, you know, and a large portion of it, that's risky. But we feel like when it's all said and done, it's going to look beautiful, and it's going to be something that's going to be original. So that'd be really cool.
Thank you so much.
Adam.
Appreciate you having us here today. For all of you, stay tuned, because we're going to be coming back for the final reveal. And I know I'm going to be surprised. We're all going to be excited. This project is one you cannot miss. We'll see you soon.